UFC Fight Night, Kape versus Almabaev, underdog of the card. Ladies and gentlemen, is this a good card? Not a lot of huge names or anything like that. Manel Kape is the biggest name of the card, but if you look down at some of the prospects on this one, there's some good-looking names here. We got guys like Esteban Ribovic. We got Hyder Emil William Gomes, Danny Barlow, an undefeated prospect. Mario Pinto, an undefeated prospect. Kape is looking pretty good. That's honestly about it, to be honest. Ramazan Temirov, if he's able to get the win here, he's going to be a big name and a big prospect as well for his country in the UFC. So I think that's going to be an interesting one there at flyweight. But we're going to give you guys my underdog of the card and kind of rank the top few that I'm thinking for UFC Fight Night, Kape versus Almabaev. Of course, if you do want to see all the bets I am making for this UFC Fight Night, check that pinned comment down below. It's not just bets. You get to talk to actual UFC fighters. You get the prospect list for the best fighters outside the UFC and like 4 other great perks. So check out that comment and check out all the amazing perks you get when you become a channel member. But let's get it started with the first fight of the night. Charles Johnson, Ramazan Temirov. Well, Charles was going to be a high underdog of the card. It wasn't going to be my underdog of the card, but I was going to feel pretty good about Charles Johnson as an underdog. He's not anymore. He's a minus 110. This is a 50-50 fight. I was trying to tell you guys earlier on in the week when I predicted Charles, and he was at plus 110. Now he's at minus 110. So, sorry, he's not really an underdog anymore in the UFC flyweight division. So, he's not going to be my dog of the card as the odds are minus 110. Not a lot of value there. To be betting Charles at minus 110. So I'm going to go Charles to win for sure. He's a good underdog if you're able to get that plus 100 or better. But yeah, you guys missed out. If you're a channel member, we've already bet Charles Johnson at plus money. So we go on to the next one. Lucas Almeida and Danny Silva. This is my number 2 dog of the card. Actually, my number 3. I take it back. Number 3 dog of the card is Lucas Almeida. This is a 50-50 fight. The odds started out minus 110 both ways, and I think that's how it should be. It should be a minus 110 fight, and I think it's a dog or pass for sure, as, again, Lucas hits harder. Danny might land a little bit more volume and mix in a takedown or two, but I think the judges will see the bigger shots that Lucas is able to land, and he'll get the win very, very slightly on the judges' scorecards. Again, don't bet the favorite here. There's like no value there. Plus 172 is crazy. So, again, top 3 for sure is going to be Lucas Almeida as an underdog. Luana Carolina, I feel very, very good about her. She's the favorite there. Montana De La Rosa is definitely not going to be my underdog of the card. Again, I feel very, very solid on Luana Carolina going out there as the favorite and getting that unanimous decision. Wouldn't be surprised if she goes out there and 30-27s it. So no, Montana is not going to be my underdog of the card. Then we got number 2, my second best underdog of the card, Andrea Lee. Am I confident in Andrea Lee? Heck no, I am not confident in Andrea Lee. Who is going to be confident in Andrea Lee going out there and winning a fight in 2025? Nobody. But plus 180 is ridiculous. JJ Aldrich, we look at her last few fights. She's 50-50 with Veronica Hardy. Easily loses that fight. She's the underdog with Montana De La Rosa. I don't know why they have her as such a big favorite just out of nowhere against Andrea Lee, just because Andrea is on a losing streak. But if you look at who she's losing to, some super high-level names in there. We look at some of them. Moran the Maverick ranked. Natalia Silva, top 5. Macy Barber, top 5. Viviani, top 10. Like, these aren't scrubs in the women's flyweight division. So, plus 180, great value. I think she wins. Am I confident? No. But all the value is sitting on Andrea Lee there. John Castaneda, Douglas Silva de Andrade. I feel good about John Castaneda. Of course, if you're getting plus 235, it's a dog or pass at that point. It's not really a parlay piece on John Castaneda. I think he wins. I think we missed out on every bit of value on John Castaneda. At this point, it is dog or pass, but there are much better dogs than Douglas Silva de Andrade. Jose Mariscal, another one. It's dog or pass just because of how wide these odds are now. Again, you were originally able to get minus 260. That would have been parlayable. Minus 260 is parlayable on Kape Mariscal. You lost all that value. It's another dog or pass, but not an amazing dog. I mean, there's other dogs on this card that are definitely better. Mario Pinto and Austin Lane. This is my number 4. So far, we got number 3, Lucas Almeida. Number 2, Andrea Lee. And my number 4 dog of the card is Austin Lane. It's Austin Lane. I think this fight should be a lot closer on the betting odds. It's heavyweight. Mario, this is his toughest fight to date. Austin has KO power. He's got good wrestling ability, and he's getting better and better every single fight. Don't get me wrong. I got Mario Pinto round 1 knockout. The value is all on Austin Lane. Do not let me catch any of you guys betting on Mario Pinto at minus 500 and putting this man in your parlay. The fight should be a lot closer. At least the minus 300s, if not, maybe even the minus 200s as well for Mario Pinto. He should be the favorite, but this much is crazy. Next one, Sam Patterson, Danny Barlow. Again, another dogger pass. There's a lot of these fights here that I would not parlay, and that is including Danny Barlow. Danny Barlow, Mario Pinto, Jose Mariscal, John Castaneda. These are all big favorites that you should not be parlaying. Again, you could have parlayed Jose earlier on in those betting odds. Danny Barlow, you really never got any good odds because they started out minus 300. Just not good value on Danny Barlow. The dogger passes there again for Sam Patterson, but you'd have to go decision because Danny Barlow's not going to get submitted, I feel. It would have to be a decision. But again, there's better odds and better underdogs than Sam Patterson on this card. But again, dogger pass for sure. Do not be betting Danny Barlow at 3-1. Those are crazy odds. After a split decision with Nikolay Veretinikov, don't be betting that. William Gomez, Hyder Amil. This is a good dog. This is number 5 on my list. Is Hyder Amil plus 176. Is a good dog and has a good chance of going out there and upsetting. There's obviously a good bet to be made on inside the distance decisional action, which I'll talk about in my betting breakdown video, minus 155. Definitely look at that, but money line wise, there's a better dog that has about the same odds, but I'm much more confident in actually going out there and winning because Hyder, I don't think he wins that fight. Ribovic, Haqparast, those odds are kind of right where they should be. Again, the value is on the dog, but not a lot of value at all there. Manel Kape, Asu Almabaev. I feel pretty good about Manel. He's one of my more confident picks of the card. So no, Asu Almabaev is not going to be my underdog of the card. And then, ladies and gentlemen, my underdog of the card, we have Julian Marquez and Cody Brundage. My dog of the card has to be Cody Brundage, plus 136. And I think he should be like a 55% favorite, something like that. I think he should be I think these odds should honestly be flipped around, as Cody is the better wrestler, and he can use the wrestling to land some good strikes on the chin of Julian that really is not good. Julian Marquez's chin has been cracked so many times, and Cody has a good, powerful right hand as well. I got Cody Brundage winning straight up. He is my most confident underdog prediction of the card. There is still good value with some of the other dogs, but he's got to be number 1. Again, number 1, underdog of the card, Cody Brundage. Number 2, Lucas Almeida. Number 3, Andrea Lee. And number 4, Hyder Amil. All of those underdogs have good value. There's actually not a lot of favorites that have value here on this UFC fight night. Let's be honest. I'm going to look through. Luana Carolina has a little bit of value as a favorite. Other than that, really? Manel Kape has a little bit of value, but not a lot to be looked at on this UFC fight night. But thank you guys for watching. Those are my underdogs of the card. Number 1 is going to be Cody Brundage to win against Julian Marquez. Again, like and subscribe. Check out that pinned comment to get all of my actual bets. I have underdog bets. I'm going to announce the prop bets later on this week. And every week we add a parlay, and those parlays have been doing pretty good recently. So like, subscribe, become a channel member, and we'll see you in the next one.